Hello, everybody. Welcome to another weekly episode here at the YYC Real Estate Show, episode 22. Happy to be back in the country and with my co-hosts, Zach and Sebastian. Quick little update for everyone. In the last 7 days, there's been a little bit of a drop. We were always seeing sales in the 700s, almost the 800s, but in the last 7 days, there's only been 618 sales. And the current active listings in Calgary are at 2,630. Still a very, very low inventory amount, so still a strong seller's market. And Sebastian here experienced that. He put his reno and flip project up. And was
our 22 episode that we were talking about for 22 episodes, his flip property is sold. Finally, deal.
Yeah, finally.
It's a big deal, a little freedom and weight off his shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
And a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start from getting into it.
Okay, so getting into it, I had sold my flip and airdrie last year, and I was looking for a new flip to get into, right? And I just joined the team. I met Sheraz, and I was looking for a deal, right? And luckily, he had a client that was really needing to sell their property. I swooped in, and he sold it to me.
Shout out Cash and Homes. It was a property I was supposed to list. And of course, when you get that opportunity before you list it live, you try to reach out to your network, see if you can close the deal off market, and then put it on MLS as sold, which is what I did. I showed it to Seb, and he brought his partners in, his business partners. They liked it, and we were able to lock it in at a good amount. Both sides were happy, and then Seb got to work.
Yeah, we've been working on it for almost, 7-8 months we were working on it. The first couple months were a bit of a loss, though, because I learned a big lesson about not making decisions and hesitating, right? Mostly in a flip, when you hesitate to make a decision, who you should hire, how you should reno, how you should approach the project. We had an idea from the start, but there was another project that we wanted to jump onto that had an even higher profit. And we were actually trying to get rid of this one. Like, from the very start, we were like trying to sell it as quick as possible, but we couldn't, and that other project we lost, so we ended up starting 2 months late on it, and after that, we've just been grinding to get it done, renovating everything. We changed the furnace, hot water tank, roof on the garage, right? Textures, flooring, paint,
Electrical panel.
new kitchens, right? New washrooms, toilets, tile, literally everything, lighting, everything. And yeah, so at the very end, since Sheraz sold it to me, I thought it'd only be right that he would sell it for me, right?
No problem. Well, I did want Zach and I to do it together.
It's a joke between the three of us.
It's not a joke. It's reality.
It's
I
reality,
did want
but it's
Zach
good.
and I, but put one agent on there, unfortunately. So I took it upon myself. And what was amazing is I was down in the Dominican, finalizing that investment down there. And it's funny enough, anytime you go on vacation, or at least for me when I go on vacation, deals just flow without you trying while you're there.
I feel like I get more business when I'm away than I'm
Me too.
Yeah.
I think it's mindset. I think you're more relaxed.
Yeah.
And anyone you talk to and reach out to, you're very level-headed.
You know what else I think it was? Because I also, when I was super busy renovating the house, it's when I actually picked up more deals that were apart from the house, right? And it was just, I think part of me thinks that it's because I was just focusing on the golden eggs, just the best opportunities, and not spreading myself too thin on every single lead or potential client, right? I was just focusing on the absolute best and just giving it my all to those. And I think that's why it went out better for me during that time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
See that.
So it was good. We did the classic listing strategy. His business partners wanted to list it higher to maximize their profit. So we listed it. I suggested, and I always said that this is a property that will sell in today's market for $550.
Yeah, and I agreed.
I wanted to list at like a $575, a $570 to land at the $550 because that's what I always thought this would go for. But we listed it high, $599, and I said 2 weeks in maximum I'm going to do the reduction. So we did the reduction a week and a half in, remember?
Yep.
While I was there. So right when we did the reduction, an influx of showings. So from one of those showings, the agent reached me while I was there and said, I'm ready with an offer. Do you have any other offers? I said, no, it's just you. Feel free. He presented a very strong offer, no finance condition, only an inspection done in 48 hours. And it was very close to the $550. So it was funny, like Sebastian talked to his business partners and called me back, and I said, well, let me guess, you're gonna say 555, and so hopefully we can land at 550. And he said, what did you say?
I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you must be a mind reader or something. I was shocked. I was like, yeah, that's precisely what we want to do. So that's what we did, and we ended up getting to 553. 553.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
and it's firm, no inspection, 553, quick closing. So
yeah.
on to the next one. So stay tuned. Sebastian will talk about the next rent and flip projects he's going to be working on, and so it's going to be exciting. But
yeah, and about how I got the deal, right? I mean, knowing realtors, that's a fantastic way, but knowing cash in is a great way if you're looking at doing flips, just holds, or even redevelopment. Definitely contact cash in for those things there. I mean, this deal is practically through cash in, yeah.
It is, yeah. It's cash in homes for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So, good learning for you and everyone out there. I mean, I've done a rent and flips myself, so
we got a special guest.
A special guest.
So, yeah.
Come on, Kato.
Kato.
Come on, puppy. It's the nicest dog ever. Most trained dog I've ever met.
Yeah. So.
Please don't pee on that pole.
No, he won't. So, yeah, I mean, that was good. We all have our listings up. A few new ones coming for myself. Fourplex in Earlton there. Both sides, original owners, handed down to them from their parents. My clients are senior citizens looking to downsize. So it's really, really cool to see a property that's been literally very, very taken care of and managed since, the original owners a long time ago. So that one, it's a full duplex. So it's a legal fourplex in Earlton. Should be going listing $750 a side, so $125 for the full lot. Huge lot. Next door they redeveloped and built, 3 stories high.
Where is this, sir?
Earlton.
Okay.
So it's literally just behind that old Humpty's there.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
So when it's up high on that hill, so all you see is the skyline of downtown.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good project.
It's gonna be a great one for any builder, any investor, or to buy and hold.
Are you listing as side, like each side, or
no? It's going to be one listing for full legal fourplex.
For 1.5.
Yeah,
nice.
And then
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and then Chestermere's there still, and liquor store's coming, Riverfront Wine, and that'll be $375. So stay tuned for that. Zach has a few listings coming up as well.
In Auburn Bay. We've been talking about that for a while, but I finally got the conversation today done, so we're going to go at $799. It'll be listed by September 30th. I know it's a little bit out, but we've agreed on that date just for moving purposes and finding something else for the client. I have one coming up in Sage Hill, a condo, 2-bed, 1-bath condo, a big kind of loft look to it though, and it's going to go at $289.
Nice.
So that'll be
a great price.
Yeah, so that'll be next week. So and then it's nice. I've worked with this couple, and obviously I won't never say names and clients, but it's cool being a realtor. And this couple that I'm working with, I'm selling their place, and they're going to buy with me. I was the first person they told that the lady was pregnant with their first baby, so that's why they're looking for a new, bigger home. So it's kind of cool to be involved in these conversations where
life-changing things.
Yeah, life-changing things. So business is good. It's good.
And in real estate, a lot of times we are part of that. We're part
of course.
The biggest decision.
Yeah.
Getting married or getting together, being
divorced.
Pregnant. Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
But it's always big life moments, right?
Yeah,
we're involved in. So
it's great to bring people relief through our business for sure.
We take on all the stresses. So we were talking kind of trying to narrow down why. Is there a reason? Is there a rhyme or reason as to why when you're out of town and away from the hustle and bustle and you're day to day and you're kind of a little more relaxed and away from everything, why more deals just get put together and come together? I feel maybe it is powerful to have the mindset. I think it's, when I'm over there, my mindset is different. I feel different, so I'm sure I'm talking different to when realtors call me. Whereas if I'm here, I'm on the go, I'm in the car, appointment to appointment. The property's this much, just put your offer in. Whereas the other side, I was just very relaxed, had a very good conversation with this agent. I was very transparent about it, and so was this other agent, and the deal just came together, no hiccups, right?
I feel there's also a sense of like pride as well, like for your clients, knowing that you can help them when you're thousands of miles away.
Well, that's thanks
pretty cool.
Thanks to the team, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if
that's
there's
true.
something that's needed
and
physically, I have a team here, right? So, other than that, I'm always there on the phone.
Of
but
course,
if there's something required without my physical presence,
and all three of us have come to a great understanding with helping each other out, and we all do it. And showings or something needs to be done, a lockbox or something.
Yeah,
it's easy.
The nice thing is since we work together, there's a consistency to our service, right?
It is.
It's not like we're just gonna like, oh, can you please do this thing, and you don't know how we're gonna do it. No, you know what your client is gonna
exactly.
expect.
Especially being on the same team, holding the same standard to our work, and
Yeah.
Well, also you wouldn't want to refer somebody, another agent that did bad service and then looks bad on you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of course.
That's the worst. It would be the worst. We haven't had that, knock on wood, yet.
Yeah.
Anybody I've referred to Sheraz, he's almost stole them instead of I'm just kidding.
They like it. What do you want me to say?
No, that's good.
Yeah. Any what else you guys boys want to talk about today? I'm excited for this. I've been away. It's the first week sitting down with you guys again, so just wondering how your guys' time has been, if everything's okay. You know, we're coming into school being over for everyone and
School starting
I
for
meant
somebody.
summer being over and school starting.
Yeah.
So you know, you always do see a little bit of an uptick, you know, around this time. So you know, should be a little busy rest of this month.
I was telling Sheraz, obviously the viewers know that I'm going away for school, so I leave in 6 days now. I got my class schedule today. I'm in 7 classes for the first semester.
Why?
Because I need to do some upgrading. I did online high school and cut my marks, just being honest, weren't as good as they need to be. And well, I shouldn't say it's 7 courses. They don't run concurrent with each other. Some are 8 weeks, the first part of the semester, but it's going to be a busy course load. I'm excited though. Business and marketing, it's going to be awesome to learn a bunch of stuff I don't know. Obviously, use that in my real estate business when I come back.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
What are a few classes that you have to take that you're kind of like, oh, great?
American history.
I have to take philosophy.
Okay.
And I have to take a leadership course, which I mean, leadership won't be as bad. Like it's going to be, you know, it'll build good skills, you could say, and it'll be something that looks good in the resume. And it should be fairly easy. I think that's the biggest one. So I'm not excited for the math. I'm not a math guy, so that's going to be interesting. Besides that, I'm really excited that
What are you gonna ask for?
I'm going to be asking Sheraz.
Anybody good?
He's just gonna email. I'm like, there's no message. It's gonna be a bunch of homework. He's gonna know what's up.
Sweet. I was looking for a game today to play.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it'll be good. Like I'm super excited. I got my schedule. I'll be back basically once a month too, the whole school year. The way my schedule works out, so it'll be nice to come back, see you guys, do some business here, see the family. It's only 4.5 hours away, so.
You get the American holidays.
And I get
Thanksgiving.
That's going to be huge too, all the different holidays. But one thing I did want to talk about is, and it came to light today with my client in Auburn Bay, is how do you guys talk to clients and work them through not getting too far ahead of themselves? For example, they are so worried about where they're going to move or what's going to be available at the time, but they just need to sell first. Like, how do you guys work through that?
So I always tell them and remind them that this is a step-by-step process. So let's only be concerned and only worry ourselves about the one step in front of us.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So I always tell them, you know, you're in good hands. I'll walk you through it, but let's only deal with one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, let's only worry about the next step, which is maybe we have to do a professional cleaning and get ready for a walkthrough. Step 2, possession's over. Then you have, 60-day possession. So now step 3, now we start looking and shopping, you know?
Exactly.
Don't get overwhelmed. I try to, we're here to alleviate their stress and concerns when they hire us, So I always am adamant to remind them that, one step at a time. Let's just only worry about one thing right now. Don't get caught up in step 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exactly.
Let's only worry about
control where you can control.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It usually works good. I mean, we know and we're ready in the back of our minds for all the steps, but for our client's sake, we want them to only worry about the next step. We're going to walk them through each step, but they only need to be worried about the next step.
And as agents too, it's also important, like you also don't want to be like, there's nothing to worry about and don't make them feel like their stress is unwarranted. Sometimes it is, but you can't be too forward and basically bash someone's thoughts and emotions. But you can walk them through it and kind of shine light on how professionals can help that process be a lot easier than maybe they think it is.
And then it's important for the client to, first of all, understand their process, because every process is going to be unique depending on the client, whether they have to sell their home first before they buy, they can buy before they sell. It changes from person to person and
100%.
circumstance. So
And agent to agent as well. Like strategies. You're going to go into something and how you're going to talk about them before a contract's even signed. Before anything's listed, it's good to know what's going to come in the future and how you're going to handle what it does.
Because I was one of my clients was just asked me to explain to her the process, and I started explaining even just like the lawyer part of it, right? And she was like, "Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just because it is a lot. It's a lot of information, right?" She was just like, "Oh, well, we'll deal with that later." And I was like, "Yeah, no, we should, right? As it comes, the lawyer will also inform you about all these things, right?" But yeah, if you put every last one of those things into your clients' minds, they would lose their marbles out. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you're right. So it doesn't have to be figured out all at once as well. Step-by-step process, get things done. Especially in this market, like a lot of sellers are worried about where they're going to go, which don't hear it's a fair excuse. But there's no point in looking for something without having your house on the market first, because it'll be gone by the time your house is sold. Like if you're looking for something it'll be off the market. It could be the next day. It'll be sold in 3 days. So. Like, I don't know, I told her, we talked about is good strategies, get everything cleaned up, get it listed, maybe get a conditional sale, then you start looking, get a firm sale, put your position out months or whatever you want. You're in control, you're your seller. And then in those months, you find something and you line up possessions for where you get paid, you can pay another property.
Yeah, so I've talked about this before on the show, where I always get a term where if there's a client, a seller in that position where they need to sell and then buy, I get it in writing from the buyer that this possession date is subject to adjustment. So they're moving once, right? And they just pay that little bit of daily interest.
Yeah.
Right? So they move once, we know we need the money from the sale, but the lawyers go ahead and close on their new purchase. And then there's a little bit of a buffer there, which they pay a small daily interest, all taken from the proceeds of their sale.
Yeah.
So it's really seamless, right? So sellers obviously, before I even knew about this option, they were like selling, getting their money, moving, storage, short-term rental, Whereas you should just move once into your new place and pay that small daily interest, right? And it's like it ranges from 70 to 90 a day.
Yeah.
So if you can move in 3 days, it's not that much, and it's taken from the proceeds of your sale, anyways, right?
I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to quickly touch on, and I'm dealing with this right now, a really frustrated buyer who purchased a new build with me. I won't mention the builder's name, but I always try to remind buyers when they purchase a new build with me through a builder, a big name builder, is that it's always going to be delayed. I have yet in 16 years to see it being, you're going to have possession in October, you get it in October. It's always later. It's always a month or two later, sometimes even 4 or 5 months later, right? So
sometimes they built the wrong house, the wrong design.
Right? So, I'm dealing with that right now. So anyone out there considering buying a new build, just always factor that in. Always remember that it's an estimated completion date and possession date with these builders. They're susceptible and at the mercy of the trades and their schedules, and losing help, losing labor, issues with supply, right? So there's a lot of factors. So I always just want to remind everybody out there, if you're considering a brand new build, factor in an additional 3 months to when that builder told you, you're gonna buy this brand new place off of us, we'll give it to you October, but imagine you're gonna get it January.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
So
how's your meeting with one of the owners of CAX, the podcast bar?
So that was funny enough, small world. So shout out to CAX Bar and Podcast, right? I was away in the Dominican, and my teammates here met. I found out today, we'll talk about it more because we're going to do a podcast with them. They're the very first in Canada bar podcast.
Really?
Yeah, very first. Go in there, enjoy some meals, enjoy some drinks, record a show. If you're recording the show, drinks will be served to you, food can be served to you, right? Really, really cool place, very chill vibe. I really like it, and it's a small world. I walked in there, and we went to high school together.
No way.
Yeah, me and Sean.
That's crazy.
He came in for a quick meal, and then he was sharing some stories about me. He's like, you don't know Sheraz from high school?
Yeah,
And
I'm just looking at him like, don't pump this guy's tires any more than needs to be ever.
Hey, we've all been 16. We're all 16 years old
yeah.
once upon a time.
But small world, like that's
Yeah.
crazy, and good for him for doing that. And it's a great system. Like it's a great idea. Like I don't know how much information you want to release right now on that, but we will be partnering with them.
Yeah, so I can release it.
Yeah.
We'll be doing our show here, and once a month we'll be doing an episode at their location.
Yeah.
And
Straight down the road.
Yeah, and they're also gonna collab with us, and we're gonna do an episode with them in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna build that relationship, and I'm very happy to reconnect with him as well and talk about a lot of people and rekindle a lot of old flames and remember people that I essentially forgot about and he forgot about. So it was really, really cool and a really good energy, and it's really all about networking and energy and everyone helping each other, you know?
Yeah.
So I really do want to help them, and they're very, very new. I didn't know they only started their business in June, so it's very, very early for them. So I really love to support them, and anyone out there listening, if you haven't visited, go have a meal, go have a drink.
Yeah, KAKS, KAKS.
KAKS, yeah. Is the
On
initials
10th
of 4 owners. So right there on 10th Avenue and 1st, really, really close to Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really good location. So stay tuned. We'll be definitely on there a lot and collaborating with them. So it was really cool to finally meet them. And even everyone, the whole staff is so nice. Like, before I said hi to him, I walked in and you know, the waitress Lane was so nice to you and I, so she came and said hi. Emmanuel, one of the cooks, he came out and saw me and said hi before I even said hello to the owner, right?
Yeah.
So I even, you know, applauded him on that like, and he mentioned that to me too. He's like, the passion of the service industry here is kind of going down. He's like, you want to come here and you want to lose track of time. You want to enjoy laughs with your friends. You want to know that you're taken care of and appreciated and you're not just a customer and get in and get out. Here's your tab. What do you need, right? It's like they come, they talk to you, they engage with you, they'll sit with you, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I really like the vibe in there. So
yeah,
good on you boys for finding them for sure.
Yeah,
shout out Emma.
Yeah, Emma was the one that introduced us originally.
Oh, so he mentioned that he's got artwork around.
So she's painted the mural in there, and she was a guest, and the episode will be up soon for that. And she was amazing. Like she was a bubble.
Oh yeah,
an absolutely amazing person. And she's like, "Well, have you guys ever heard of KAKS?" We're like, "What is that?" Like I thought they were a shoe brand.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Let's go down the road." So she brought us down there, introduced us, went very well with the gentleman there we talked to. I didn't really realize until I got into this whole podcast world of how much of like a niche and community it is though. Like everyone wants to help each other. Like obviously there's competition, I think, in a way of if you had the same, if there was like a YYC real estate, not show, another word for show, but podcast, say that. But for them, I know because their bar has podcasts for people like us that want to come with, but they also do their own. Like their staff does their own. They just talk about life in Calgary, which is awesome. So when we first met them, they kind of asked us what we were about in the real estate thing, and like we just talk, and the connection was just immediate. Like it was, it's great.
So looking forward to that in a couple weeks time. We'll be over there. So.
No, I agree.
But thank you everyone for listening in. This was a nice relaxed episode for us for sure.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. We'll get a little more in depth on all your stats and what's been going on because there was a recent CREB release that I posted yesterday about the market reports, but we can talk about that. Still record numbers, record high numbers and stuff still. So still very strong. Everything you're selling, it is still the time to sell. So
100%. Awesome, guys.
Excellent. Good to have you back, Sheraz.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Oh yeah, back boys.
Yeah. Looking studly too.
Anyone goes on vacation, that happens, right?
Yeah.
You got a good tan.
Year round.
Year round.
Yes, sir. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.